Eels are bony fish, easily recognizable because of their snake-like appearance. They can live in both saltwater and freshwater, and certain species migrate between the two, though the first and final stages of their lives take place in the sea. Some fish like the electric eel and deep-sea spiny eels are often mistaken for eels, which are not true eels though. Eels are also well known for having one of the most unique reproductive cycles amongst all sea life. Physical description and appearance. Size. They are elongated, ranging from 5 centimeters in length for the one-jawed eel to 400 centimeters for the slender giant moray eel. One of the longest eels, the American eel, is about 50 centimeters, while they are recorded to grow up to 152 centimeters. Weight. An adult eel is between 30 grams and 25 kilograms on average, though some can weigh much more. The European conger is the world's heaviest eel, weighing 110 kilograms. Color. They appear in a wide variety of colors. Some are monochrome, while others are a mixture of different hues with various patterns like spots and stripes. For instance, the snowflake eel has a white or cream body with black blotches. On the other hand, the zebra moray appears deep brown with yellow or white stripes like the zebra. Fins. Eels do not possess pelvic fins, while in some species the pectoral fins remain absent too. Their dorsal, anal and caudal fin fuse together to form a thin ribbon around most of its body. Distribution. These species can be found in oceans and seas worldwide. Where are they found? Most eels live in shallow water, though a few can be found in deeper waters, almost up to 13,000 feet. They may in freshwater habitats like lakes, rivers, and ponds in the beginning, eventually migrating to saltwater locations like seas and oceans when ready to reproduce. However, some, like most moray eels, live in saltwater throughout their life. What do they eat? They include small fish, crabs, shrimps, sea urchins, and even other eels. Those living in freshwater even eat larvae of worms and mosquitoes. Behavior. They are a nocturnal species. Eels swim in a serpentine manner, creating waves as they move. As a result, they can swim backward by simply reversing the direction of the wave. While resting, they burrow in the sand or mud on the ocean floor or hide in rocky crevices. Their hunting behavior varies. Some will remain hidden and attack prey that passes by, while others chase down and capture their quarry. Adaptations. The backbone of these eels is made up of 100 vertebrae. This allows them to move flexibly. They have sharp teeth, allowing them to bite and hold on to prey. Some, like the moray eels, come in different colors, often matching with their surroundings, helping them camouflage well and hide from predators. While eels have gills like other fish, they can breathe out of water for hours with the help of their thick skin, which can hold water to prevent them from drying out. Most of them even have mucus coating on their body, helping them move quickly through the rough sea terrain. It even protects them from several underwater organisms like bacteria. How do they reproduce? The reproduction of the eel has remained an enigma, with details about their breeding staying unknown to this day. What scientists have uncovered so far indicates that they mate at the last phase of their lives, by foregoing eating altogether and perhaps developing reproductive organs during this period. Eels worldwide appear to have specific breeding sites, those from both America and Europe migrating to the Sargasso Sea, Japanese eels to the Suruga Seamount, South African eels towards the north of Madagascar in the depths of the Indian Ocean, and New Zealand longfin eels near the nation of Tonga. All of them reproduce, give birth, and finally die. Life cycle. They have a unique life cycle, going through 4 distinct stages, from an embryo to an adult. The larval stage of the eel, known as leptocephaly, is transparent and flat. They drift about in the sea, eating marine snow for nourishment until they mature into glass eels. This stage travels from saltwater to freshwater, though some remain in the ocean for their entire lives. They then reach their 3rd stage, the elver as young eels are called, and begin moving further upstream. After becoming fully mature, they stay in their freshwater habitats until they return to the seas to breed. Conservation. Due to being a high-demand delicacy in Europe and Asia, the population has fallen drastically since the 19th century. The Japanese consume over 70% of the global catches. This has led to conservation efforts to prevent their numbers from declining further. Greenpeace International added the American eel, the European eel, and the Japanese eel to its red list of seafood species in 2010. These are a few facts about eels. The first one, electric eels technically aren't eels. If you've caught a long skinny fish, that might be an eel, but it could also be something else. True eels are members of the order Anguilliformes, which includes 800 plus species. The so-called electric eels of South America don't count because they belong to the unrelated order Gymnotiformes. Genetically speaking, electric eels have closer ties to catfish and carp. Shocking, right? The second one, moray eels have secret jaws. A large family of anguilliforms, moray eels don't produce much suction when they bite things. So to drag prey down their gullets, the fish use a secondary set of pharyngeal jaws hidden deep inside their throats. Lined with wicked teeth, the jaws can shoot forward and grab struggling victims that are already trapped between the other set of jaws. The third one, the American eel's life cycle, is complicated. Here's the CliffsNotes version. American eels hatch from eggs laid in the Atlantic Ocean. The Sargasso Sea, a body of mid-ocean water whose borders are defined by various currents, is thought to be a major spawning ground for the species. At first, baby eels are leaf-shaped larvae. Later, they become 2 to 3 inch long juveniles called glass eels. Find new homes in brackish coastal habitats in yet another stage known as elvers. Then, in the final stage before sexual maturity, they become yellow eels. Anywhere from 3 to 40 years later, they become silver eels measuring up to 5 feet long, and return to the Atlantic to breed. The fourth one, European glass eels, might use magnetic fields to navigate. Yet another migratory fish, this species follows the same basic life cycle as the American eel. It both spawns and dies in the North Atlantic, spending the remainder of its life in coastal Europe. Some evidence suggests that juveniles can potentially sense magnetic fields and adjust their swimming habits accordingly. If true, this might help explain how they find their way to the Sargasso and back. The fifth one, some seagoing snakes target moray eels. Besides their rope-like physiques, eels and snakes don't have much in common. However, there are over 50 snake species that spend all or some of their lives in the ocean, and certain amphibious types are known as sea kraits regularly hunt moray eels, eating them whole. One researcher even described a 5-foot-long sea krait swallowing a 4-foot-long moray. The sixth one, eel meat, is huge in Japan. Inagi-dan is a popular summertime entree in the land of the rising sun. Its main ingredient is roasted eel meat, usually taken from a Japanese eel or the American species, that is served with pepper and sauce over a bed of rice. Questions have been raised about the sustainability of harvesting American or Japanese eels. However, seeing as both species are classified as endangered by the International Union for the Conservation of Nature. So, today we are talking about some details about eels. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.